Daniel MC here with another video. This one is going to be nice and interesting. Important crypto lessons part 1. Now, I've made this video because a lot of the content in here, I couldn't quite find a place to put it in the other parts of the tutorial. So I've just decided to make a video dedicated to covering these important lessons that we need to go over. So yeah, I've been in crypto since 2017. I've made every mistake in the book, and my hope is that by me sharing my lessons that I've learned, you don't have to take, or at least make, as many mistakes as I have. So lesson 1, second guess everything. Like when I was in crypto in 2017, everyone talked about it being the Wild West, and it was. And people talk about crypto now, and it is literally still the Wild West. It's just that the Wild West back in 2017 was trading on an exchange, but now it's yield farming, DeFi, like getting a yield on your money in decentralized finance. It's NFTs, gaming. That's the new Wild West. And also, everyone in crypto is here to take your money. That's basically what everyone's here for at the end of the day. Every influencer, every business, NFT project, crypto project, everyone is here to take your money. That's the goal of everyone in crypto. There's no one here who is just like above money and they just do it for the good of humankind. No, everyone is here to get rich. And the people who you need to trust generally are anonymous. They're not the guys with the huge blown up public profiles like those crypto YouTubers who are cringe as fuck. It's the guys on Twitter. You don't know their real name. They don't even have a proper profile picture. They're just a non-anime character. Those are the guys you can trust. The guys on YouTube, not so much. Lesson 2. When you first learn to trade, trade small. So very common sense here, right? If you can't make money with $100, why would you try to make money with 1,000? Before you actually become a consistently profitable trader, if that's your goal to be a full-time trader, you have to lose a fuck ton of money. And you're going to have to lose a lot of times. So between you now and becoming profitable, there's a lot of money to be lost. If you trade with $1,000, $10,000, $100,000 when you start, you're just maximizing the amount of losses you're going to make. So if you can't do it with 100, don't try with 1,000, because trading is literally the most difficult way to make money in existence. Lesson 3. If your goal is to have more investment capital, the answer is not to trade to get that capital. I've put this one here because a lot of guys come in the hustlers uni and they don't have much money. And so instead of investing, they try to quickly make some quick profits through trading to get more investment capital. And I find that entire idea stupid because I've never ever seen a person in my 4 years of crypto who wanted more money to invest with and they achieved that goal by trading. It just doesn't work like that. And I explain it all here. If you want to pause the video and read this is the explanation. There's a metaphor and there's an example. If your goal is to get more investment capital, get a higher paying job, work more hours, get a side hustle, launch a business. Don't be lazy trying to leverage trade. Lesson 4, for every buyer there is a seller. So this one's pretty obvious. When you buy Bitcoin, when you sell Bitcoin, when you buy Ethereum, sell Ethereum, when you buy anything or sell anything, there's someone on the other side of this transaction who thinks that they are doing the right thing just like you are. So if I buy Bitcoin today, someone sold it to me, we both think we're right. No one sells me Bitcoin at this price and thinks that they're wrong. They're not trying to lose money. So you think you're getting a good entry and another is thinking they're getting a good exit, right? So you need to ask yourself these 4 questions here when you're exiting trades or investments or whatever, NFTs as well, because that you need to be really careful. You need to consider why is the other person selling to me or buying my bags? Like, what do they know that what might they know that I don't? That's what you need to ask yourself. Lesson 5, the money is first made on paper by retail and stays on paper. Retail means investors like you and I, like just normal everyday people. Institutions is more so like big banks and funds and like more professional stuff. So in bull markets, people make a lot of money, man. Like we've made a lot of money since, I've been making money since like 2019, since the crypto bottom, but like everyone's made a lot of money since, because it's been a crazy bull run. And the thing is, most people who made money are not going to keep this, because the money stays on paper, which means they had $1 million profit and now it's 500K because they didn't sell. not everyone can sell. Only about 10% of people might be able to sell near the top, and the other 90% don't get to sell near the top. So I've got a few sentences here. Everyone gets euphoric at the top. They've got all this money they've made. They show their friends how much they've made. They can escape the rat race, and then price crashes and their wealth is wiped away as others take profit. So if you make money in crypto, you should be capable of taking profits, because we're here at the end of the day to make money. If you don't become a millionaire from crypto, that's fine. As long as you're locking in profits, it's really important. Trading is zero sum. For every dollar that you make from crypto or NFTs or anything, it's because you literally stole a dollar from someone else. Someone else is a dollar poorer because you're a dollar richer. There is no value creation here. Like, money cannot be printed and added from thin air. For every dollar that's put in, that same dollar can only be pulled out. So when you're making money in crypto, it's because someone else got poorer. And the same with you. If you lose money, it's because someone else made money. So you need to use this understanding, this concept in your trading, in your investing and whatnot, because it's really important. Money printing is good for Bitcoin. So everyone knows about money printing, right? The past year and a bit, the Fed has just cranked on the fucking money printer and money's flowing everywhere. They're turning it back a bit now, but it's been on for the past year and a bit, like crazy. And so the thing is, if there's 100 apples at a stall, the value of these apples is probably like $2 or something, right? Because there's 100 of them. There's 1,000 people at this market stall. But if the delivery trucks come in and they deliver 100,000 apples, and they want to try to sell all these apples, how much do you think those apples are going to go for to get rid of them? Well, yeah, the apples are going to be worth a lot less because there's a lot more of them. Well, this concept is called inflation. And inflation is a big reason why people want to hold Bitcoin, especially after the past year. Because what the Fed did was they printed more than half of all dollars in existence in the past 2-3 years. And that has caused huge inflation. The inflation in the US is 7-8% or something. But it's actually way higher when you think about it, when you look at the prices of different things. The prices of Rolexes, real estate, crypto, stocks, everything has rapidly gone up. So people are trying to escape dollars to find something that's an inflation hedge, and Bitcoin is that. Bitcoin inflation is around 4% at the moment, and it halves every 4 years. So in the next halving, which is I think a year or two away, it'll go down to 2%, and that's less than gold. So people buy Bitcoin because they know the inflation's low, they believe in it long term, it's going to protect their wealth. Everyone gets what they want from the market. So if you lose money, if you gain money, if you break even, you got exactly what you wanted. If you come to crypto and you lose money non-stop, you're getting what you wanted. You wanted to gamble. That's simple as that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Gambling, some people gamble, everyone has vices. If you come to crypto to have a little gamble, that's cool. HU2 is a great place to gamble. If you're not going to be smart about your money, we'll give you lots of calls, you can lose all your money, have a good time. If you make money from crypto, that's a reflection of what you're here for. You're here to make money. So some of us are here to be serious investors, that's the professors. Some of us are here to gamble, that's some of the students that we've seen so far. But at the end of the day, everyone gets what they want. So you need to decide what you want. Lesson 9, trading is not a competition with others, but a competition with yourself. If at the end of the day, if you're not profitable trading, or if you're profitable trading, that is mostly going to be coming down to you. Not who you're trading against, not the market, it's coming down to you. A losing trade is your fault and no one else's. Trading is going to give you a lot of accountability with yourself. You have to hold yourself accountable in trading, or you're not going to make it. So a winning trade will ultimately come from understanding who you are and improving your own trading ability, and not so much learning about your competitors, who you're buying and selling from. Don't be a crypto loser. If you're learning to trade, do you think you try to figure it out yourself, or do you think you go to someone who's done it before and learn from what they've learned, right? Obviously, you go to someone who's done it before. Here, look what I say. If you want a profitable trading strategy, adapt from someone else's. So you go find someone else's, you read over it, you learn it, and then you adapt it to your situation. That is the best way to learn. So when you come in HU2, instead of trying to make your own trading like strategy, just ask the professors for theirs or copy the one that we're doing in the short-term scalping or whatever it is. Much better way. That's a crypto winner. Lesson 11, if you are investing with less than 5K, focus on building monetizable skills. So in 2021, this wasn't so relevant, but in 2022, when the market's a bit bearish, $5,000 in crypto is going to be a waste of your time. If you double your money in 2022, you are extremely lucky and grateful, and you should be happy with how you've done. But think about it. If you spend a whole year to double 5K, you make 5K in that year. But think about how many hours you sunk into doubling that 5K. What did that actually get you? What's your hourly rate of return from investing an entire year to make 5K? What's the opportunity cost that you lost by doing trading instead of learning monetizable skills that could get you to six-figure income source online in those 6 to 12 months that we're talking about in this example down here? You know, you could be making 10K a month after 12 months if you just focus that time on monetizable skills. So crypto is great. If you have 5K and you want to get in the war room and you need a little bit more, go for it. That's smart. Try to grow your money. But IMO, in my opinion, income is the priority here. And this is the last slide. So thank you guys for listening, and be sure to stay tuned for part 2. Hey everyone, Daniel MC again with Important Crypto Lessons Part 2. So we're going to be starting from lesson 12, doing about 10 more lessons. And there's actually, when you think about it, hundreds of lessons that I could be teaching you guys, right? Like there's not just 20 lessons, but for the sake of making this tutorial not crazy, crazy long where you have to spend weeks of your time watching these videos. We're just going to cover 20 of the most important points in these two videos combined. So moving on from the end of the last video, this is lesson 12. So Bitcoin and altcoins are largely correlated. Some of you reading this understand exactly what I'm saying. Some of you reading this have no fucking clue what I'm talking about. So Bitcoin represents almost half of the entire crypto market, right? So Bitcoin controls what the rest of the market's doing to a certain extent. If Bitcoin goes down 20% in a day, you can be sure that every coin in the market is going down. Now, NFTs is different. NFTs, whatever Bitcoin does, whatever alts do, NFTs do whatever they want. NFTs is their own market. NFTs have their own cycle. It's really strange. But coins-wise, just coins, altcoins, Bitcoin controls them to a large degree. So we had a market, like I'm filming this in February, but we had a market crash in January, and Bitcoin was going down a lot, and altcoins followed Bitcoin. And the day that Bitcoin bottomed was the day that altcoins bottomed as well. So there's still that factor that Bitcoin controls the market, so that's why we're still talking about it. So I've got an example here. So back in 2017, 2018, 2019, Bitcoin controlled the alt market to a much, much larger degree because Bitcoin represented more of the altcoin market. If you compare the dominance of Bitcoin to the dominance of altcoins, which is this photo here, percentage of total market capitalization. So it's a little bit confusing, I'm sure. So what it's basically saying is that if you look at the percents on this side, 60%. So the orange line represents how much of the market is Bitcoin. So 60% here is Bitcoin. That's like 80%. So this is 80% Bitcoin dominance. Only 20% of the market is altcoins. And when Bitcoin's dominance, so dropping from like 80% down to 40%, when we have this drop, that's what we call alt season. And alt season is when alts have their own separate rally where they're not connected to Bitcoin. So this concept of alt season is a separate thing. But for what we need to know, Bitcoin and altcoins, for most of the time, are largely correlated. And the reason that this is because Bitcoin represents half the market, Bitcoin is a reflection of the probability of success for cryptos to gain adoption. If Bitcoin fails, then most altcoins are going to fail as well, right? Because they're sort of trying to do the same thing and Bitcoin's the winner, right? Now, of course, in 2022, lots of coins do lots of different things, but a lot of coins are just piggybacking off the back of Bitcoin's success. And if Bitcoin dies, they die as well. Now, this is going to change in the next few years, but for now it's relevant. So lesson 13, Bitcoin generates almost all of its upward price movement within 10 days of every year. This data is relevant for, as you can see, 2013 to 2018. This is when the data source was taken. However, this concept still applies to Bitcoin today. What you have is 90% of the time, Bitcoin's going sideways or it's going down or it's not really doing much. And 10% of the time, Bitcoin is making most of its gains. You make most of your money in Bitcoin on 10 of the best days in the year. And if you take away those 10 of the best days in the year from your portfolio, you actually don't even make money from 2013 to 2018 because you literally, and Bitcoin, keep in mind, from 2013 to 2018 went up like 100x, or maybe not 100x, but it went up more than 20x. It went up a lot. You made a fuck ton of money. So to actually be losing money, taking away just 10 of the best days is insane. So what does this mean? When you own crypto, this is also relevant for most cryptos in the market. When you own a crypto, trying to time when to buy is mostly a fool's game. So you need to have a system that can tell you when to buy and just hold. Try not to, sell to buy lower. Try not to buy to then sell a little bit higher. Just buy when the prices go down using the Hunter algorithm, which you're going to find in Hustler's Uni, and then take profits when the market's getting greedy. You don't have to try to day trade. Oh, if I sell here, I can buy it 2% lower, and I've got 2% more. Yeah, don't do that because this has happened to me so many times. Back in 2017, 2018, when I was beginning my investing, I would sell thinking that, oh man, it's gone up a bit. I'm gonna take my profits, and then we'd have a bloody pump, like a pump of 20% in a day, and I would miss out on one of the best performing days, and so yeah, that would be really annoying. So that's my recommendation for everyone. You have to understand this concept. Most of the money is made in a very short period of time. Lesson 14. The best coins to buy on a market crash are those that dropped the least. I know this probably sounds weird. A lot of new people, when they come to crypto, when they're buying coins on a dip, they look for the one that went down the most. Because they go, oh, okay, well, if it went down more, then it's probably going to go up more. No, what you have to understand is that everything happens for a reason. There's a reason that the coin that you're looking at went down 10% when another one went down 2%. There's a reason that this happened. And the reason is not, oh, it went down 20% more than every other coin, so I buy it because it's going up more. No, it doesn't work like that. if it goes, like, when a coin goes down 2% and the rest of the market went down 10%, that tells me that this coin is really strong. No one's selling it because they're really bullish on it, and it's only a matter of time before the price goes up, because if this 10% market drop could not even make this coin go down more than 2%, what do you think is going to happen when the market comes back and goes up again? Do you think it's going to go up more or less? Well, if it's already strong when the market's going down, how strong could it get? It's going to get super strong when the market goes strong, right? So you want to buy the coins that show the most strength on a market crash, because those are the ones that people don't want to sell, and they're actually going to have the price go up the most. You won't fully understand crypto until you've been through a full market cycle. So, this one, there was a day I remember like 2 years ago where, well, not 2 years ago, a year ago, where everything just clicked for me. Everything clicked. I was like, fuck, like it all makes sense. Like all this market cycle, buying and selling, it all makes sense to me. And it didn't fully make sense to me until I had experienced what you would call a full market cycle. So if we look at this photo here, what you're seeing is a photo of the market cycle. You have in every market in the history of human time, there's always a cycle, because every human is driven by the same flaws, the same mental constructs that make up the human. Think about when a bird is born and it just knows that that's its mother, and it just knows that it has to, chew its food to eat it, and it just figures out how to walk, right? This is because there's stuff ingrained into the brain of all of those birds, regardless of like what has happened in their life. So the same as us humans, we have ingrained knowledge. We have the human emotion of fear. We don't get taught fear, we just are born with it. Greed, you are born with greed. Optimism, look at all the words here. Anger, panic, disbelief, all of these feelings are pre-programmed. And so markets are the same all the time. They're not the same. Okay, so markets don't repeat, but they do rhyme. That's the way that you need to look at it. Markets are not going to copy each other, but they're going to rhyme and have the same characteristics. And the characteristics are these emotional states that cyclically happen all the time. So until you've experienced every single individual emotion of a cycle, you cannot fully understand the entirety of a cycle. And so there's pieces missing from the puzzle. Imagine you're making a 10,000 piece puzzle and you're missing this 100 pieces in the middle. So you've got most of the picture, but it's not complete and you're missing parts. So you can't say you've got the full story. So yeah, you need to, it's really important you try to understand a full market cycle. It's going to take you around 4 years for a full market cycle. 3 to 4 years. Micro speed, macro patience. So this is lesson 16. So many of you dudes are coming to crypto and you're just here to get rich quick. So fucking stupid. It doesn't work like that. I was the exact same when I joined in 2017. I was like, oh yeah, if I just make 20% every week, I'll be a millionaire by the time I'm 19. Yeah, I was such an idiot. Just like so many of you guys are approaching it. It's really dumb. Remove it from your brain immediately. The people who make the most money in crypto are patient, disciplined, and they have conviction in their ideas, and they don't flip-flop between what they're trying to do. So you need two things. You need the micro speed to constantly be reading all the new innovations in crypto, keeping up with all the information, the trends, the tech, etc., etc. But you also need the macro patience that this information that you're researching, you have an understanding that it takes time to play out, and that you can't just buy and sell every move, and you can't predict the little intricacies of the price movement if you're an investor. So if you can predict a trend occurring over a year relatively easily. Oh, okay, DeFi over the next year is probably going to go up, right? But can you pick what's going to happen in the next 27 hours? Well, it's a lot harder to do that, right? So what you can do on the micro time frame is research. And what you should do on the macro time frame is have patience, discipline, conviction with the ideas that you have, with the investments that you make, and strength of mind to be able to hold this conviction. Lesson 17, trading and investing in trending markets is more profitable than ranging markets. So when you come into crypto and you're trying to make money, When the market is trending in one direction, like it's a bull market, everything's going up, that is the easy money. The reason why is because everyone gets into crypto when the market goes up. And a market going up is a trending market, right? Because it's going in one direction. Everyone wants to make money today, so they'll go where the shiny object is. And if the shiny object is crypto, then that's why you get all the new investor attention. Investor attention equals more idiots in the market. And if there's more dumb people in the market, that means that the average IQ of the investor you're buying and selling from is lower, which means that it is easier to take their money because their decisions are not as smart, right? It's not as hard to make a smart decision against a dumb person. Ranging markets is the opposite, won't go over that. Trending is focused in one direction. In a trending market, all you have to do is hop on the trend and go in the direction that the market's moving. In a ranging market, there's no trend, it's hard. You have to get in and get out, and you can't be saved because it's going to go both ways. So the goal of profitable trading and investing is to sit on your hands and enter big when the opportunity presents. So ranging markets is not when I trade. I don't trade during ranging markets because it's tricky. I would rather build a business or travel the world when the market's ranging and shitty. I'll wait till we go into a trending market and then I'll start trading again. I'll dust the cobwebs off my trading setup and we'll get to work, There's no such thing as a part-time trader. If you're working a 9 to 5 and you're coming here and you're like, oh yeah, I'll just, I'll create a 10K a month income source from trading while, after I'll come home from work and I'll just do some trading on my computer, while I watch the TV and shit. That's so fucking stupid. It doesn't work like that. If you want to trade, it's full-time or it's nothing. Now, some of you guys are going to join the short-term scalping room. You're going to see the swing trading. You can actually make money from that. I'm not saying you can't make money from that. However, to think you're going to make a full income source from crypto, or you're going to make a heap of money from crypto trading without being full-time, no, not going to happen. Because when you might be able to take little bits and pieces from the market, but to be able to take a huge lump sum, like consistently, very difficult. Because look who you're competing against. Full-time, 12-hour day, chart staring, basement dwelling, number crunching geeks. That is your competition. If you're not a basement dwelling geek, how are you going to take their money? They're going to absolutely destroy you. So unless you're just trying to make a few pennies, a few thousand, then you need to be full-time. Lesson 19, bubbles are your best friend. Okay, pretty simple. Bubbles appear where the innovation is, because everyone's hyped on some new thing. Innovation is where the money is because innovation is where the growth is. And if you want to make money, you have to chase the bubbles because the bubbles is where the growth is, it's where the innovation is, it's where the money is, etc., etc. It's a circle, it's a loop. So that's where you need to be. Crypto is a bubble, NFTs are a bubble, this is where you need to be. Crypto is about flows. Flows is the most important concept you could ever understand in crypto because where people are moving their money is the most important thing because at the end of the day, if you buy and you sell at a profit, it's because someone bought it at a higher price than you bought. And that's because the flow of money rose the price of the thing that you bought in the first place. So if you can understand the flows of why someone is buying and when this money is going to move to buy, then you can actually enter before this flow and you can get out before the flow ends. And that's super important. This is obviously a bit broad, this part, but flows is really important if you can find a way to research flows. And all the other professors will agree with me, flows is very important. And that's the end of the part 2. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.